Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to the morning show here on Main Street TV, where it is a, kind of chilly Friday morning, and but that's okay because there's so much stuff going on in Jackson and the surrounding area this weekend, and we're going to tell you all about it. Starting with something really fun that you can do tomorrow, right?
Right.
Very good. And we have Nancy Baisden from, what's your official title, Nancy?
Our official title is the Food Program and Clothesline of Jackson.
Okay, and you're
the food program works.
Okay, the food program, and you are the just director,
executive manager
of it. So, and then Pete is here to talk about a fundraiser that you're doing for the food program, which started last year and was wildly successful. And so you're continuing on this year. So this is great.
We are. It's the second annual. So.
Yes. I think you were here for the first annual.
We were.
Yeah. It seems like yesterday. Time flies when you're having fun, right?
It does.
So, Nancy, let's talk about the food program here in Jackson for a minute and some of the things that you all do. I think if people don't know, they don't know.
Right.
So let's talk about that.
We give out food for those that are within 200% of the government guidelines, of the poverty guidelines. Mm-hmm. We're open Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. We're usually closed the last Friday, which today, because we have a truck that comes in.
Mm-hmm. Which is a good thing.
Yes.
And you would be amazed at how many people are within those guidelines in Jackson County.
Yeah, I think that is something that people do not understand.
I think there's probably 65% of the counties within the guidelines.
Mm-hmm. And which qualify for help.
Yes.
From you, which means that there are a lot of folks out there that need the help and need the food and all of that. And you all, last year, all of this started because last year the funds just started drying up, correct?
Well,
so tell us what happened.
The last few years they've dried up. We haven't been getting enough to even pay the monthly bills. So, but everybody started stepping up. Pete stepped up. We started getting donations back in. We've got a couple churches that are outstanding in giving donations and food donations and monetary donations. And
because we were at risk of losing you.
Yes.
Losing the food program here in Jackson, and people like Pete and Tanya and some of the other folks that got involved realized that awareness needed raised.
Yes.
And money and stuff needed raised. And so you came up with this event last year. So tell everybody about it. And we're going to do it again this year, tomorrow.
Last year we did it and we came up with it in 2 weeks.
I mean, it was like fast.
Yes. Very fast. This year we've had a little bit of time. A lot of people have stepped up. I partnered with the Parks Edge, Sean Dean. He's been amazing in helping out. Mm-hmm. The radio helps out. We've got a ton of people who deserve the credit.
Absolutely. It takes an army, right? Or a village.
Absolutely.
So raising awareness is key, right? Because I think a lot of people, know you're there, but they didn't know that you were struggling or whatever until, some people got involved and started talking about it and started this event.
Yes. Well, all of the food pantries are struggling. We're all not getting the donations that we used to get. And it's not just, it's nationwide.
Okay, so the struggle's real everywhere.
The struggle is, yeah.
And last year when we started it, our goal was to keep it going. And,
sure.
And now we want to give it a booster shot so they can continue the work that they do.
Yeah.
Because without them, and I think that's what most people don't understand. Without them, a lot of people go hungry.
Yes. You are very, very correct. And that's not okay. Not okay in any way, shape, or form. So let's talk about the event. Last year you did. You all threw this sucker together fast and were able to raise some money to help and keep the food pantry open. But tell us a little bit about, now that you've had a year to plan. How has it been a little better this year? I'm assuming.
So being able to partner with Sean Dean of Parks Edge, that gave us a much better venue to work with. We've got a lot more entertainment this year. Of course, we got Jay Snyder MCing.
Yep.
And he's also doing a comedy segment. We've got a ton of music.
There a ton.
Going to be great food. We're having a live and silent auction. So there's people working together to get those items together. So it's going to be a great time. And it's going to be a big night, hopefully.
Yeah, and tell us all the details about that. How do you get tickets and all that?
So you can get tickets on Eventbrite. If you go online I have a page on Facebook. It's Jackson County Cares Benefit for the Food Pantry is what it says, because I didn't get the name right either. And tickets are, I think on the website, tickets are $20, and I think it says 22 something because you got to pay for Eventbrite to do it.
I gotcha. Okay.
And at the door they're $30, but for that money you get your dinner, you get all the entertainment.
Yeah.
So
It's a pretty good deal if you think about it. And this is tomorrow night, right, at Parks Edge?
Starts at 6 p.m. I think we're going to do the live auction right around 9 o'clock. So it starts at 6 p.m. We'll be going probably all the way to midnight. We got Thirsty Pony coming on last, and they've been playing around here for 30 years. They're a great band.
Lots
They're a
of
huge
fun.
draw. We've got Midnight High, which are the kids from Oak Hill.
Yeah.
And they are absolutely great. We've got Olivia Jewell, we got Rich Webb, we got Ricky Lee,
Yep.
and he's the lead singer for 8 Lives Left, which he plays by himself, solo. He'll play anywhere.
He's so much fun.
Have guitar, we'll travel.
Yes, he's a good dude too. Lots and lots of fun. So, I mean, there's a lot of fun to be had tomorrow night, but also knowing that it's for an amazing cause, which is what Nancy's done now for, we'd like to say a few years. How many?
16.
16 years.
Nancy is the real rock star.
She is.
And she's my inspiration.
Yeah.
I've known Nancy for more than 16 years, but I know her son. We've been friends forever. And Nancy she's the real rock star.
You know, and you and the people of our area deserve for the food pantry to continue on. I mean,
Yes.
it's such a need. As you said, 65% roughly of people in our community qualify for that. And so that means something.
Well, a lot of people think that I'm not going to go there because I'm going to save that food for somebody else, and that's not the way it works.
No,
The
if you
more
need it,
people
go.
that we serve, the more food that we can get released to us from the food bank. But the older people, they think, oh, no, I need to leave that food for somebody else, and they're really the ones that are struggling.
You're correct.
And the elderly, nobody understands the elderly, especially the ones that have to live just on Social Security.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They use the food pantry a lot.
As they
don't
should.
as much as they should. They just think that they need to save that food, that somebody else needs it. And
'Cause that's
not the way it
generational.
works. Yeah, it's not the way it works. We need anybody that needs food to come to the food pantry to get it.
Absolutely, because the more you give, the more you get.
Yes.
And that's what all this is about, is we're a community and no one should go hungry.
No.
No, Cheryl and I were talking about this off the air the other day. I mean, for the love of God, food should be is an at the least should be a human right. You know,
Yes.
like nobody should go hungry. It's not okay, and it's just too much. So we need to help Nancy and the gang at the food pantry, and come to Parks Edge tomorrow, right?
Yes, 6 p.m., doors open, entertainment starts. Ricky Lee's first. I have had one change. There's going to be a switch. Midnight High is going to be playing at 8, and A Decade Too Late with Olivia Jewell is going to be playing at 9.
Okay.
So still the same amount of entertainment. I just had to switch a couple acts.
That's okay. Who cares? It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a blast.
Yes.
Matt, are you coming? We might even get Matt Bruning there.
I might show up.
He might be there.
All right.
If the highways are clear, right? We'll get to that in a minute. But no, please come on out and support our local food pantry. And you can get those tickets at Eventbrite, or you can get them at the door as well.
Yeah.
And it's a meal.
It is a
And
meal.
entertainment.
Good meal.
Yes.
Good
Yeah.
meal. I think they're having chicken with pesto sauce or flank steak
Yep.
with mushroom sauce. The menu at the stock room and the things they do with food, it's pretty good.
It is very good. Yep. So, can't beat it. Cool. Well, come on out. Have some fun.
Yes, please come out. And it's 6 to 11, but if you can't stay the whole time, come by for an hour, come by for 2 hours, stay for the whole time. Come, help us out, have a good time. It's Saturday, so
That's right. What
bring
else
out
do you
the
have to do?
wife, bring out the uncles, the aunts.
And we were talking about this the other day. I think I was talking with Tanya about it maybe, but kid friendly. Like if you want to bring the family, it's okay.
It is. It's kid friendly.
Please.
Even Jay can be kid friendly.
Well, that was my one stipulation, but she said he does a really good job reading the room. So sometimes he gets a little wound up.
He does. But he's great, and he's bringing somebody with him from Columbus to help him out with the comedy.
That's awesome.
So I think they're a half hour, and they'll probably push that because Jay always pushes the envelope.
He does. Quite a bit.
But we thank you. Nancy thanks you. We need you.
That's right. And got to keep this food pantry going. And that's the same for all your local communities, wherever you're listening this morning. Just help out.
Yes.
Just remember this time of the year, especially, but throughout the entire year also.
Yes.
Yes. And thank you for your support. And thank you, Jennifer, for your support.
Well, of course. Anytime. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We do have another guest waiting in the wings. And he made it here this morning, so that's good. And
He's chomping at the bit. You can tell.
he's so excited to be here. Matt Bruning from, what's your official title?
Press secretary.
He's the press secretary at Odot. Yeah. So we can talk to him about orange barrels in our next segment.
And roundabouts.
And roundabouts. Yes.
Thanks a lot.
I love it. And road construction and when it's going to be ever over.
And snow.
And snow. Yeah, I'll just leave you here too because you can bring up all the stuff. Poor Matt just ran out of the room. He's like, I don't want to talk about any of that. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I'll tell you what. Thank you all for coming in. We appreciate you, and thank you for all that you do. And
Thank you. And thank everyone for everything that they do to help us.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, we do have another message or two, and we'll be back and talk with Matt about ODOT things in just a second.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back with Matt Bruning, and you are the press secretary, not for the president, thank God, right?
That would
but
be a
for
stressful
ODOT,
job.
which can be just as stressful.
Sometimes it can, yeah, absolutely.
So how do you feel about orange barrels? No, I'm just kidding you. I
Progress is what that's called, Jennifer.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
That's what we're going with.
Right.
I don't think that sometimes people driving up and down the highway think that that's what they call it.
I
but-
think you're right about that. We're trying to change hearts and minds one person at a time.
No, but totally, all kidding aside, it is progress. And you all have so many wonderful projects that are so irritating to folks going on in our local area.
Yes.
However, once they get done, all of Chillicothe, once they get done, are going to be absolutely incredible.
And that's the name of the game, really,
It
is,
is.
you keep your eye on the prize. Yes. With any time.
But it is irritating.
It absolutely is. I equate it to, and I've answered this so many times about like the Bridge Street project in Chillicothe.
Yes.
People have made the comment, well, this is a waste of money. You've made it worse. I'm like, but it's still under construction. Like,
Why is it worse?
It's not
Like,
done.
no.
It's a construction project. They typically do have more congestion than before they started. Let's wait till it gets done before we pass judgment on it.
Exactly.
I kind of equate it to, if you had low water pressure at your house and you call the water company and they say, yeah, there's a leak in the water main, we're going to have to shut the water off to fix the water. You don't then run out the door and say, hey, you idiots, you've
You're
now
making
shut
it
my water.
worse.
Yeah, now I have no water. Well, yeah, we're fixing it, man. Chill.
No, you're 100% correct on it.
So, yeah, when you have construction projects, no matter where they are, Bridge Street, any place,
Yes.
Typically it is going to be worse before it gets better, and that is certainly what we're seeing play out.
But the end goal is to make it much
better. Yeah, I mean, anybody
Yeah.
who is from the Chillicothe area or has shopped in Chillicothe or driven in Chillicothe is known as far back. I moved here in 1989, and people were complaining about Bridge Street in 1989.
Exactly.
So when I hear people say you should have just left it alone, I scratch my head and be like, clearly you haven't been around here for a while, because no one has ever said that.
No.
Everyone has said, fix it. We're fixing it. Will it be perfect after it's all done? No, I'm sure there will still be a time or two where there will be some congestion out there, but it will certainly be a lot better than it is.
But here's the good thing. If there's a lot of congestion out there with the new repairs, that means that there are a lot of people shopping and participating in Bridge Street in Chillicothe, and that's a good thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Especially at the holiday season, we've all gotten stuck there. But, and I will say the one thing about that project is, and I think the girls that were in not too long ago talking about those projects mentioned this. If you have ever been on Bridge Street and you've seen flashing lights come at you, it is terrifying because there is nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And we don't have anywhere to go, neither do the first responders.
Right, yeah.
They can't get through.
Right. Yeah.
It's scary.
So the cool thing about this project is the traffic signals, the new traffic signals that are being installed will actually have a preemption for first responders. So
Love
it will
that.
turn the lights green to allow them to get up that corridor quicker.
And
It
that's
will automatically
part of the point.
Yeah,
That's the method of the madness of this.
that's one thing. Certainly, you'll have an extra through lane to northbound on the northbound side. So now you have 3 lanes when this is all done. You'll also have a drop lane, we call it, to 35 West. So there will be a dedicated, when you're coming southbound, and if you're wanting to go 35 West, which a lot of people do,
Yes.
There will be a dedicated lane for that. So no more weaving and trying to battle with each other to get
A lot
that
of
lane.
bobbing and weaving
There
going
is.
on there.
So
Yeah.
these are little incremental things that will make a difference. And one thing that I think, and this is often criticized, but I think it's important, is there will be some pedestrian facilities out along that corridor now. I've had a lot of people say, well, I never see anybody walking along Bridge Street or biking along Bridge Street. You probably don't see that many people, but you do see some, and it is not a place I would want to walk or bike.
Correct. In fact, I have an acquaintance that was severely injured
Mm-hmm.
walking up on that street,
Yeah.
crossing the bridge there, and was hit by a vehicle.
Yeah.
So anything that we can do, and here's the thing: if you build it, they will come. Right?
Absolutely.
You should be able to ride your bike and do that stuff up and down.
Well, I was out there
that
for
street.
20 minutes a week or so ago on the new multi or shared use path there which is the wide sidewalk, as some people call it, but it's a shared use path. It's where bicyclists are supposed to ride.
Sure.
In 20 minutes, 4 people on bicycles went through there.
Right.
Now, that's a small sample. I get it. It's 20 minutes, but still,
That's
to
cool.
have 4 people in 20 minutes, that's a pretty good stat.
I mean, so how cool is that you can ride your bike down to go shopping, or
or
like,
go to Kroger or
Yeah, it's
Petland or
awesome.
wherever you want to
Like,
go.
love that.
Yeah. So I mean, to give people that safe area to do that will certainly be a big benefit, because not everybody has a vehicle. There are a lot of people who live in
Listen.
Chillicothe that have to get where they need to go, and they either walk or they bike there.
They bike, and scooters are a huge thing now.
Scooters are big, yep.
and those should not be out on the street. I mean,
Yeah.
if you can keep from it. So, okay. Speaking of safety,
Yeah.
we are headed into the holiday travel season. Probably actually today.
Yep.
Kicking off the Thanksgiving holiday season, and with that come a lot of folks out on the highway and perhaps danger,
yeah.
perhaps, distracted driving and people, the kids are yelling and people are grumpy and,
It can be a
whatever.
hectic time,
It can.
yeah.
But what we need to do is keep people safe.
Yes. We have seen 3 straight years of declining fatalities out there on the road, which is great, but we're still having too many fatalities.
I was reading this release that you had left for me, and we went from a peak in 2018 of 1,356, or
2021.
2021,
Yep.
and then so dropped in 2020. What is that?
24, I think. Was
24, 1,100.
Yeah.
So,
we're on the downslope, which is great, but we want to keep that 4th year.
but that's 1,100 and some too many.
It is, and that weighs on all of us. Look, we're talking about numbers right now, right? And it's easy to gloss over and just say, well, that's a number. That's 1,100 plus people who are not going to be
Humans.
Yeah. They're
Moms,
not gonna,
dads, sisters.
100%. They're not going to be around for Thanksgiving this year.
Absolutely.
They're not going to be around for Christmas this year. They're going to miss those milestones in life going forward. That's awful. And if we can do something to get that number to 0, certainly that's the goal. So,
Sure.
We have seen, unfortunately, that number close compared to last year. So we're constantly looking. The Highway Patrol has a great website, statepatrol.ohio.gov.
Okay.
And if you click statistics, it actually tells you what the fatality count is today versus the same day last year. And
Interesting.
up until the last couple of months, we were trending about 15% lower for this year compared to last year. Unfortunately, that's close to about 5% right now. And so we're at danger of. And again, I'm saying this like we're trying to get to we're winning a prize here. That's not what it is. But we're trying to get to a 4th straight year of declining fatalities.
I mean, that's the best you can do.
Absolutely, but above all that, we're trying to get people home safe for the holidays. So,
Yes.
so the initiative is called Home Safe for the Holidays.
Love it.
And we're just trying to remind people to do some very simple things, Jennifer, and that is watch your speed, put the distractions down, drive sober, and buckle up. We know that about half of our fatalities that we see each year, people had a seatbelt available to them and they didn't choose to use it for one reason or another.
Sure. I didn't realize that was still such a thing, but it is.
It is. And, and there are people who have told me stories before about, I had a loved one that was involved in a crash and, the investigating agency said, boy, if they had been wearing a seatbelt, they wouldn't be here. I mean, yes, there will always be exceptions to the rule, but we know that it is a tool that gives you the best odds. There is no silver bullet. There is no absolute. There's no way to prevent, but it's all about reducing risk, right? And so if you drive sober and you put those distractions down and you obey the speed limit and you buckle up, your odds of being involved in a crash go down, your odds of surviving a crash go up.
I just saw, I was watching the news this morning and my brain cannot wrap around the fact that this is a thing. That who develops the crash test dummies?
Well, there are a lot of different agencies, I think. NTSB may be one of them, or NHTSA, I think it's the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. But then there are also entities that do crash testing absent of government.
Do you know that they were good to giving all the statistics? I wish I had written it down.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that there has not ever been a female crash test dummy?
I think I remember hearing that news story.
Well, they've developed one now.
And they've got one now, right?
Because,
Yeah.
they just released it because women are far more likely to be killed in crashes than men. And why there has never been a female crash test
wild,
dummy
isn't it?
is unbelievable
Yeah.
to me. Good news is now there is one, but they can, because, we are all built differently.
Sure, absolutely.
And so that's a thing. But I do think too, and this is a great thing, cars are a bit safer now. You can get irritated with all of the stuff that you have to deal with your vehicle now. But at the end of the day, they are safer. But what is not safer is your cell phone. The one thing I take umbrage with these car manufacturers about, and I think they're going the other way now, is these stupid computer screens.
There's a lot of distractions built into the dashboard.
They literally force you to be distracted.
Yeah. Yeah, it can certainly be distracting. And so, you know,
Knobs
we say,
are a good thing. Just
absolutely.
put them back.
Yeah, go back to simplicity.
Yes.
Well, we always say at Odot, for example, you know, we can engineer the safest road.
Sure.
But it's ultimately up to the driver how they're going to use that road.
Absolutely.
And so there are really, we kind of say it's the 3 E's of safety, right? You've got the engineering part that ODOT can handle.
Yep.
You've got the education part that ODOT can help with. And you've got the enforcement part that our law enforcement partners work on.
Yep.
All of those things together are what I think has helped us have this declining trend of fatalities and what we need to keep going forward with. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we definitely need to keep it up. So how is it anticipated that people, I mean, listen, this airline thing is a nightmare right now. So I am guessing, this is just me guessing, that more and more people are going to just be jumping in their cars and driving places, which makes more people out on the road, which puts us all, at more risk.
Yeah, the increase of a potential of a crash go up. Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
AAA does the forecasting to figure out, and I don't know what their methodology is, to figure out how many people are going to travel more than 50 miles from home. I think it's 82.5 million people, a record Thanksgiving this year.
Think about that.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
And to your point, the vast majority will drive, and there's probably a bump. I don't know. I haven't seen all the data from AAA, but I would imagine there will be some people who will make that decision you just talked about. Instead of flying, let's just drive. And I get that, but again, that's why it's incumbent upon all of us to pay attention. One of the things that I see a lot on the road is a lot of aggressive driving, people tailgating. I mean, these are things that are going to, they may not, you may not be in a crash today, maybe not even tomorrow, it may even not be in the next year or two.
It's going to happen.
That's the behavior that causes crashes, and we know that. And so we just want people to step back, take a breath. You're going to get where you need to go safely. It doesn't cost you that much more time to drive the speed limit, and just slow down and pay attention. And of course, driving sober is important too.
Yes. And I get so irritated. One of my pet peeves is people that won't pull over for a funeral procession, because I just feel as if it's certainly the last
Common
thing
courtesy.
that you can do to honor this human, even
Sure.
if you don't know who it is. And I cannot tell you how many people in town that I've seen zip past a funeral and zip past me as I'm pulled over, and then 2 red lights later, you're right behind them.
Oh yeah, it happens.
So
all the
they've
time.
gotten nowhere.
They got nowhere.
So you were disrespectful. You broke the law, because it is a law, by the way. It totally is. And you've just been a meanie butt for no reason. You haven't gotten anywhere.
true.
Where are we in such a hurry to go?
Nowhere. That's the thing. I
Like,
mean,
it's
when we talk
crazy.
about, even to expand that beyond, funeral processions, we talk about, slowing down through a work zone, or
And
slowing
God
down.
bless the highway workers.
Oh,
I mean, they
I
literally.
couldn't do it.
They are
Yeah.
insane.
I totally agree. Or even just slowing down in winter conditions.
Yes.
You're really not going to get there any quicker by driving too fast for the conditions or exceeding the speed limit. And honestly, if you want to be selfish about it, it's costing you more in gas to go faster
Absolutely.
than to just go the speed limit.
Set the cruise control and relax.
Absolutely.
Like, so I don't
Turn on the
understand
radio.
it. Yeah. Listen to a podcast. True
Do
crime is
something.
pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's mindless, whatever. Just chill.
Yeah, it's but we're all in a hurry these days, and you see too much. I mean, we've put a lot of videos out at the Ohio Department of Transportation as educational moments. You probably saw the one back in May where the person stopped in the middle of the interstate to hit their exit ramp, and then there was a pileup behind them, and then they just drove off.
That thing was insane.
Oh yeah. That one got 46 million views on my Twitter account.
Yeah, I can totally imagine.
Which
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
But the thing that restored my faith in humanity was that so many people made the comment that, wow, this was wrong.
For sure.
And kudos to Columbus Police; they were able to catch up with the driver, and issue them a ticket and citations and whatnot. But
Yeah, don't stop in the middle of 270.
Please don't. or anywhere. If you miss your exit or your turn, just go down the block or
It's
go.
Columbus.
not
There's
hard.
like, 1 in 10
there's
seconds.
Plenty of
another
places to
exit.
go. Yeah. So it just, but I think that too many drivers nowadays, for whatever reason, it's all about me. To bring it home to here to Southern Ohio, that's one of the big complaints we see out on Bridge Street is in Chillicothe is people blocking the intersections. Well, I think part of the mentality on that is I need to get through that intersection, and if I'm it doesn't matter if I'm in the middle of the intersection. As soon as that light turns, then I'm going to be able to go. Not thinking about the fact that you've now clogged up the entire roadway
Exactly.
and you've made everybody else wait. Some of it I get. You got through the intersection, you didn't think you were going to get stuck there, but I think that there's just a lot of that selfish mentality, and we all do it. We all are guilty of it. It's just a moment we should all just take a breath, step back, and realize, you know what? It's not that big of a deal. Just slow down and enjoy life.
Yep. If you're 5 minutes late to go eat some turkey, you'll be okay. I
Be
promise.
fine. Yep. Absolutely.
To make sure that everybody gets there safely. And we hope that, if anything that we've said today, that sticks with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if it changes one person's driving behavior and the conversation can be had, then it's certainly worth the conversation.
You got it. So what are some of the other things? I know you do have this campaign going on, and let's take it as a personal challenge to make sure, that we do reduce the traffic accidents and fatalities this year. But what are some of the other things that you all are working on or have going on?
Well, obviously geared up for winter. We've already had kind of one blast of winter.
Can you believe
out
it
of
already?
nowhere, right?
Like it just, whoa.
Yeah. So we'll see if we. I have a feeling just looking at the last couple of winters that have been relatively mild. I just feel like we're due for a bad one. Maybe this is it. Maybe it's not. I don't know. We'll see. But our snow plows were hit 54 times last winter. That is way too many times. 54 snowplows hit in the state of Ohio from Odot. That doesn't even count.
That's not your county.
That doesn't count like county engineer, municipality, township trustees, all those other entities.
I would love to know what that statistic is to combine it together.
Yeah.
Because, and again, people get really irritated with like the sheriffs for, putting out these, what are they called?
Snow level
yeah,
emergencies.
snow level.
Which, by the way,
things.
full disclosure, that is the sheriff, not ODOT. So
Yeah,
don't ask.
So don't cuss out Matt when you see him at the grocery store. But here's the thing: they need you off the road so that these snow plows can get through safely, so that then you can travel safely.
Correct. Yeah. I mean,
it's pretty simple if you just think about it.
It really is. I mean, the message is consistently been: give us room to work.
Yes.
To be hit 54 times means someone's too close at some point.
That's terrifying.
And these snow plows are easy to see. They don't move
pretty
very
big.
fast. Yeah. And I'm telling
and
you.
they're real blinky.
If you hit one, you're going to lose that battle more often than not. So
100%.
yeah, it's not just about keeping our men and women safe. It's about keeping you safe as well. And everybody wants to get to their destination safely at the end of the trip. And so I just need to give them that room to work. But yeah, we're fully stocked up. We're fully prepared for winter. Started the winter off with around 800,000 tons of salt. We've got about 1,700 plows across the state of Ohio, about 3,000 men and women who drive those plows.
Man.
And so it's a big effort, and we're ready to go for this winter.
And just give them the room to work.
Yeah, it's a simple ask. I don't think it's a hard ask, but unfortunately, we had 54 people who didn't do that last winter, and we just need to keep that number at 0 like it is right now.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so winter weather, and again, follow what your personal sheriff is saying.
Yeah.
If there's anybody in the world that knows the roads and knows what's going on, it's your local sheriff's department.
Yeah,
they're
absolutely.
the ones out there all over. You think about just Jackson County, for example. I think about our sheriff's department. They're covering the entire county. They drive around these roads all the time. They know them.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? I think too many times people get fixated on the level of snow emergency that's out there. It's one piece of information to help you determine when you're going to leave, if you're going to travel. But, I think too many times, honestly, I think some of these lighter snowfalls are more dangerous than the heavier snowfalls.
Agreed.
Because if I told you, hey, we're going to get 1.5 feet of snow tomorrow, you would probably plan to not travel.
Well, you just go get your milk sandwich.
That's what I mean. Your milk, milk, eggs, bread, and all that good stuff, and you'd be good to go.
Yep.
But if I told you we're going to get 1.5 inches of snow tomorrow, you'd probably be like, okay, well,
Whatever.
thanks for the heads up. And you may not change, I don't know what time you leave to come here, but you probably would leave at the same time. You should always allow extra time, because what we see too many times is people don't adjust their driving to the conditions. Mm-hmm. They leave at the same time to go to work. They're running behind because they have had to go slower. They get stuck behind a slow snowplow truck. Now you're getting angry. You're getting aggressive. You're going to start taking chances that you shouldn't be taking and you normally wouldn't take. And that's when we see the spin outs and the crashes.
It's interesting you say that, because I was talking with, I used to have a client when I sold advertising that had a auto body repair shop. And I said, when do you see like the most accidents?
Yeah.
And he said, well, number one, summer, because people are just flying everywhere. Sure. They have this unreasonable sense of security. But that being said, I said, well, when you get a lot of snow, don't you see a lot of, and he's like, no, we don't, because people are aware that there's a lot of snow and they slow down. When you get the accidents is when there's, as you said, the inch and a half of snow on the ground and everybody's just still flying every which
They're
direction.
like, oh, well, it's no big deal. I'm going to drive today like I drove in July. Well, that's not going to work. Yeah,
don't do
it's
that.
a problem.
Correct. And stay off your phone.
Please, by all means. I mean, there are a lot of, it's now a primary law. You can be pulled over in the state of Ohio for being on your phone.
Absolutely.
There are some exemptions to the law, but the bottom line is you should just focus on the road ahead.
Yep.
And you can learn more about the law and all the things. Phonesdown.ohio.gov is a great resource if you want to find out what the law actually says.
Sure.
Some simple things to do, like put your phone on Do Not Disturb, use hands-free. I have Android Auto in my car that I can punch up my map right there. I can use voice, I can just tell it to map me to wherever I need to go.
And
it's pretty simple.
As the years go on, all these not luxuries is not a good word. Conveniences are adding more and more to cars. By the way, I saw this story. We were talking about knobs and the computer things, and car manufacturers are starting to go. I think they're still going to have the screens and all that. We're still going to have that, but my car blew up. It's a whole story. So I was forced to buy a newer vehicle, and I did notice first thing when I got in it and I was looking around, there are knobs everywhere, and I was in heaven. I'm like, thank you, God.
Getting away from the electronics.
Knobs. Yes. Because I don't want to punch in that computer screen. I don't need to get 4 screens deep into this thing while I'm driving down the road.
Yeah. And they've put more restrictions on them when the vehicle's in motion. You can't do certain things, which I think is good.
Yeah.
It can be annoying if you have your passenger trying to, like my wife's vehicle has the in-car navigation, and you cannot input a address while you're driving it. I mean, even if it's her, the passenger, trying to do it.
Yes.
But I get why it's there because it doesn't know the passenger's typing it. It doesn't know. So certainly there are guardrails out there, but we all have to use those guardrails.
Exactly. And and listen to your car. I noticed I'm driving this car, and I just got it, so I don't know a lot about it, but somebody slammed on their brakes in front of me there at Burger King, and that car lit up like you would not believe. It was like beep, 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 beep. And I was like, oh, thank God. Okay. Yeah. I mean, which I had seen them and I had slowed down, but I'm like, oh, well, this is nice.
Yeah, the auto braking technology and things.
That's pretty cool.
So there are technological advancements in safety that certainly are beneficial.
Yeah.
The lane assist, the auto braking, the different things that they have out there now with it, but certainly there's got to be an ounce of personal responsibility too.
Your car cannot take care of you.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, you still have to drive it.
So what are some of the Obviously we talked about the Bridge Street project, and that's something going on. Are there any other main projects here in our local area that are going on or getting ready to start that we could let people know about while you're here?
None that I can think of off the top of my head in Jackson County. Of course, I can't keep track of all 1,100 projects across the state.
1,100.
But our But our wonderful public information officers in Odot Districts 9 and 10, who you met for construction kickoff, Michaela Bruning, no relation, and then Ashley Rittenhouse in District 10, they do a wonderful job of keeping our website, transportation.ohio.gov, updated. There's ogo.com, which is ohgo.com. It's a great resource to see where those work zones are. You can see 1,200 traffic cameras, and if there's a crash, there's an alert on that. They keep all of that updated. So certainly, anything from a culvert replacement project all the way up to a full reconstruction of a roadway or a highway, the information is out there on our website. So I certainly encourage people to sign up for those weekly construction updates and check out the website. You'll have all the information at hand.
Yeah, and that gives you the opportunity to find an alternative route if you want to, or know that you're going to get stuck a little bit somewhere.
Yeah, planning ahead. Knowledge is power.
It is.
So
look at you.
We try to do what we can.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, I know we need to slow down. We need to put our phones down. We need to get to the holiday meals and gatherings safely.
That's the name of the game.
That's right.
Yep.
And that's what this campaign is all about. Is there anything else you wanted to talk with our viewers about while you're here?
I think we've covered everything, but you're right. I just want to make sure that everyone makes it home for the holidays. It's so important to all of us. The last thing we want to see is anybody hurt or killed and involved in a crash on our roadways. So we do all we can from the engineering standpoint, but we just need you to be a good driver out there.
That's right. Just trust in the fact that ODOT is keeping the roads as safe as they possibly can and engineering them the way that they know is the best, and then you need to participate in it as well.
Absolutely.
So, Matt, thank you so much for stopping by.
Absolutely.
It's always fun talking with you.
Back at you.
Yeah,
Thanks
well,
for the
great.
invite.
Yeah, so don't be a stranger. Come back and see us sometime soon.
Always love making the trip down to Jackson. It's great.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, Pete Wilson is here. He's waiting in the wings, and so we will be back after these messages, and we'll find out what's going on in the news. We'll be right back.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
All right, and we are back with our good friend Pete Wilson and some oversized news.
Exactly. Okay. Well, I tell you
to
what.
say the least.
Okay. I think we can call it this, describe it this. We had a spectacle yesterday, and we'll have
something like that.
We'll have
yes.
part 2 of the spectacle a little later.
Yes.
No, Elvis did not come back. There wasn't a dinosaur that made its appearance when we thought it was extinct or anything. But we did have something that drew a lot of attention in Jackson County yesterday.
As you can imagine.
A lot of people laughing because it did draw a lot of attention. But let me tell you, I've never seen such a large load on the highway as this. We're going to show you several pictures that we got yesterday, some from our Facebook friends, some from Jeremiah Shaver.
Sure.
But this is an definitely oversized load with a capital O and a capital L.
Yeah.
That was making its way into Jackson County. That, I believe, is at the State Route 3593 interchange there, coming off the exit at 35. What you see there, keep that picture up there. That's the best picture of what exactly the cargo is. It is a large transformer that is on the way and will eventually get to the Rolling Hills Generation Plant in,
We hope.
in Wilkesville.
Yes.
And it started out by train at Richmondale. Got off the train at Richmondale, this load, and it was transported on US 35, which of course, wasn't that big of a deal. 4-lane highway, big open, not a lot of obstacles along the way. But once it got on the 2-lane road on State Route 93 there and had to go to Wellston there on 2-lane State Route 93 with some turns and some obstacles in the way, it took several hours and, of course, drew a lot of attention as it came into Wellston. There is another view. You can go ahead and keep showing those, Adrian, and I'll comment on them as you put them up. You can see how long and big that is.
Yes.
I'll give you the dimensions. A picture is one thing, but the stats are another. Okay, 311 feet. Well, that picture was taken at night. I believe that might be on the lot at Montgomery Trucking. 311 feet long, 16 feet 6 inches wide, 16 feet tall. The rig and the truck, the cargo, the trailer bed, total weight 907,208 pounds, almost 1,000,000 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
So obviously, this can't go just anywhere. It doesn't fit anywhere, and also the weight is an issue maybe in some places.
For sure.
And the height as well. And so when it was on State Route 93, of course, it had to go very slow. Law enforcement convoy, that is required for a vehicle and a haul of that size. They had to take down a stop sign in Colton to make that turn where State Route 93 makes a right turn towards Wellston. Along the way, there were tree limbs that had to be removed. There was, let's see, what else was there? There was tree limbs that had to be removed. There was utility lines that had to be moved temporarily, to get it to Montgomery Trucking, and that's where it is now. Of course, a lot of people saw it. Of course, it got on Facebook. We posted something on the Telegram's Facebook as well, and a lot of speculation from people. Well, my gosh, it's going to Rolling Hills. They know where that is. It's on State Route 160, just outside Wilkesville, and so they're thinking, boy, it's going to go Friday today. Once it's daylight, probably up 93, make a turn on 160 at Hamden, go around there where Lake Alma is and on into Wilkesville, or it's just before you get to Wilkesville. That's not the route it's going to take, and it's not going to be today.
Okay.
It's going to be no sooner than Sunday because there are some permits. I'm not sure it has to do with travel or something else, but some permits still have to be received before they can move on. The hauler also has some things that he or she has to do, but no sooner than Sunday. But when it moves on Sunday, it will be taking a different route than through Hamden. It will be taking a right on 327 there at the T intersection, head out by General Mills, out 327, turn on 32, the 4-lane highway. That's not going to be a problem, of course. And then it's going to go to the Radcliffe Wilkesville junction of 160, take a right turn, which is south, and head to Wilkesville and the Rolling Hills Generation Plant. So obviously a big deal. It's
what a sight to see.
There's all kinds of regulations. Matt Bruning, of course, who was just on here, does such a great job with the news media and also on communications in general from a state level. But he jumped on our Facebook post, threw out some extra information, gave me some extra information this morning. Give Jeremiah Shaver a lot of credit for tracking down what we could yesterday about it, because there was no news release put out about it or whatever. It just kind of was there.
Which seems kind of weird.
Right. Well,
probably would have been a good thing to know.
Matt says there's so many of those that occur, although this was a little bit unusual. There's so many of those that occur around the state that it's difficult to do. Sometimes the route and the time is going to be something that is fluid, so it's hard to predict exactly how long it's going to take. I know it took longer to go from 3593 interchange to Wellston than they thought.
I would
but
say
as
so.
they go, oh, that's too high. Oh, that's that's arching out onto the highway, and this is too big or too wide. So anyway, we'll have some coverage, of course, in our Saturday paper. Some of those pictures that you saw we'll have, and we'll have the whole story. And if it changes any from where we are now, we'll certainly let you know that as well. So some people kind of ha-ha, and a big rig is news. Well, I tell you what, if everybody is interested in it and they don't know about it and they want to know about it, it's news.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
And it's happening right now. So let's move on to some other things. Tonight, there's going to be a girls basketball tournament, and that will officially launch the winter sports season here in our local area. I think this is the first date that you can have a game. And there's going to be a tournament down at Jackson High School that has all 4 of the teams that we consider to be our local coverage area. That's the Jackson Iron Ladies, the Oak Hill Lady Oaks, the Wellston Lady Golden Rockets, and the Vinton County Lady Vikings. Okay. And tonight at Jackson, by the way, this tournament is called it was originally called the State Route 93 Tournament for obvious reasons, all accounts, but the total media, Eric Landrum, our sports director, jumped in on this, took advantage of the opportunity to help out and support this big sports event. It is now the Total Media Sports Tip-Off Tournament. Okay. And we'll be broadcasting all 4 games. We'll be broadcasting the games involving Jackson tonight and tomorrow night because Jackson is the home team, the host team. But all 4 games will be streamed. So you have plenty of chances to not only attend, but check them out as they happen. And this is obviously the opener for all 4 of these teams. Give Jackson High School girls basketball coach Chad Carpenter a lot of credit. He's the one that kind of always thought, he was interviewed by our sports editor, Todd Compson. He had the idea, wouldn't that be a neat way to start the season, have these 4 teams get together? And so, you got to align a lot of things. Everybody's got to agree to do it, and everybody did, so that is great. And tonight, it starts at 6 o'clock with the game between Vinton County and Oak Hill.
How did they pick who played who?
I don't know who did that. Whether that was Chad Carpenter or who did that.
Did we draw straws again, or pick horseshoes, or?
I do not have that information.
Kind of like the election.
I'm guessing that Jackson decided who was playing who because they were hosting and they organized it. Vinton County versus Oak Hill in Game 1 at 6 o'clock. At 7:30, Jackson plays Wellston. Tomorrow evening, slightly different times. This is down at Jackson High School, remember. The losers from Friday night will play first at 6:30 p.m., and then the winners will play the championship game at 8 p.m. And I wish I had it in front of me. I should have thought to bring it in. We've got a huge trophy that's going to go to the winners now. And so, natural question, is this going to be an annual thing? Chad Carpenter would like it to be, but that's not determined yet.
We'll see.
We'll see how it goes this year. Will it be at Jackson every year, or will it rotate to other locations since it's going to be the same 4 teams ideally? Don't know that yet as well. So
good point.
That's what we have tonight to look forward to. A lot of girls basketball coverage. The girls basketball season starting. The boys are about 1 week behind the girls. They will start the week after next week.
Okay.
There may be some games on the weekend. I know that Jackson doesn't start until December the 2nd, but the boys will be starting in about a week as well.
Gotcha.
All right, some other news to tell you. The Wellston Lions Club made a big announcement. Yes, they are going to do their Christmas parade, all right? That's been years and years and years that they do it. It's not on the same Saturday as the Christmas treats on Wellston Street.
Oh, it isn't?
No, it isn't. It's going to be on that Saturday, that first Saturday in December, which is traditional. I think that the Christmas treats folks are going to have all their activities, maybe a parade. We don't know that yet, but we have had one in the past. But the Lions Club parade will be as usual on that first Saturday in December, keeping with tradition. It will be at 1 p.m. And here's the big news there. Not just when it is to confirm that, but they're going to have a different location for the start of it and a different route all the way around. And so, when you lived in Wellston for a long time and you're used to something, this is something you need to know. This year, the parade lineup location will be at the former Pants Factory lot on 2nd Street in Wellston, just across the street from the depot. And anyone who would like to be in the parade should meet at that location no later than 12:50. The lineup will start at about 12:30. Because of the lineup location, the route will be a little different as well. It'll go up 2nd Street, left onto Ohio Avenue, run through the historic downtown district, and then it will make a right turn onto Broadway and continue to the Wellston City Building, which is the traditional endpoint of the parade.
Okay.
That's where Santa Claus will get off that Wellston Lions Club float, that iconic float, and we'll meet with kids up on the porch of the city building. If it as it's been in the past, they will have special accommodations and arrangements for the handicapped kids who might have trouble getting up those steps. They'll get to meet Santa as well. There will be pictures with Santa. There'll be free candy, and so that will be a big event. We will remind everybody of that, but we wanted to confirm when the date of the parade was and also those changes about the route and location. All right, Thanksgiving, of course, is just 6 days away now, and both the ministerial associations in both Jackson and Wellston are having community Thanksgiving services. This is ecumenical in the sense that it is non-denominational as far as a particular church putting it on. There's always a host church, but it's all the churches inviting all the public to attend. Both of them will be on Sunday evening. The Jackson Ministerial Association will have its service at 6 p.m. at the First Presbyterian Church of Jackson. That's at 225 Church Street. That's the easiest way to say it's across the street from the water tower, the Apple Water Tower. And there will be a free will offering taken. All proceeds will be divided between the Jackson Food Pantry and the Jackson County Homelessness Committee. And the big attraction, in addition to the Thanksgiving message, will be a performance by the combined Community Bell Choir and the Bell Choir of the First Presbyterian Church of Jackson. Actually, the two bell choirs that are involved in the combined choir are from the First Presbyterian Church, that's Paul Hogue at work, and the Christ Church of Jackson, the former Christ United Methodist Church.
Okay.
So two bell choirs coming together to perform at that service. In Wellston, the Wellston Ministerial Association has announced that the annual Thanksgiving community service will be at the First Presbyterian Church of Wellston. That's at 18 South Pennsylvania Avenue. That, of course, is the home church of our own John Pelletier. The Ministerial Association stated that a free will offering will be taken, and the proceeds will go to the Wellston American Legion and 40 at 8's Christmas Food Box Project, which, of course, is a biggie. They give away hundreds of food boxes for Christmas to needy folks from all over the area. Okay, not a whole lot of time to tell you anything else, but a couple of time-sensitive things I want to tell you here as we're running out of time. The Oak Hill Elementary Festival of Trees, which is a big fundraiser for the PTO and a big Christmas season event, is going to be Monday evening. So that's coming up pretty soon, 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the Oak Hill Elementary School. And it will have, of course, all those decorated Christmas trees. There will be an auction at the tail end of the event at 6:45 p.m. There'll be trees, wreaths, baskets, crafts, all on the selling block. And Patrick Ball has always been the one to do that. He does so many of those charity events.
Yes.
So if he's not there, I'm sorry, but he's usually there, all right? But there will also be food, personalized ornaments, pictures with Santa, face painting, letters to Santa, and much more. It'll get you in the mood for the Christmas season. Don't forget, this is the weekend for Arsenic and Old Lace at the Jackson Middle School Auditorium by the Jackson Drama Club. It is a non-musical play. The fall play is always not the musical. The spring play is, but this is a classic play, Arsenic and Old Lace, a little bit of they describe it as a dark comedy because an elderly aunt likes to feed some arsenic to certain people. I'm not exactly sure why, but anyway, it is a comedy, so you can go. It's
just a little sick and twisted. It's fine.
Exactly. So a lot going on this weekend in addition to Arsenic and Old Lace, and we will speed right into the holidays. Well, I guess we're in the holidays when we start next week, right?
I guess
With
we are.
Thanksgiving.
We're less than a week away, so I say it's for sure the season.
Right, so we'll try to keep you up on all those holiday events. The Saturday edition of the Telegram, we're putting it together as we speak. I'll resume here as soon as we get off the air, but it has a lot of those holiday events, the schedule and activities and where they are and like that. And do not forget about the Jackson County Cares benefit. I know you talked about
That's
that
right.
with Nancy
Tomorrow night.
and Pete tomorrow night at Parks Edge Event Center. That's a great way to support the needy here in Jackson County.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Pete, thank you so much.
All right.
Don't have your red shirt on today. It's weird.
Well, I've got to be neutral with 4 local teams.
There you go. I love it. Well, you picked a good one for that. All right. Well, have a great weekend, everyone. And we will be back here on Monday. If you are traveling for the holiday, as Matt said, please slow down, put your phones down, and just be careful. We want to see everybody back here. So we will, hopefully you all have a great weekend, and we'll see you right back here on Monday. Bye-bye.